that shine. They're yours, they're mine. Love can come to everyone. The best things in life are free. The flowers in spring, robins that sing, the sunbeams that shine, they're yours, they're mine, and love can come to anyone, because the best things in life are free.
There's two scriptures today. From Exodus 20:12, honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long in the land which the Lord your God gives you. And from Islam, Hadith al-Bukhari, one companion asked, O apostle of God, who is the person worthiest of my consideration? He replied, your mother. He asked again, and second to my mother. The prophet said, your mother. The companion insisted, and then the messenger of God said, after your mother, your father. So ends the reading. On May 10th, 1908, in a memorial service for her mother, Anna Jarvis gave a carnation, which was her mother's favorite flower, to every person who attended. The idea of honoring mothers caught on by an act of Congress. President Woodrow Wilson on May 9th, 1914, proclaimed the second Sunday in May as Mother's Day. Being a mother is learning about strengths you didn't know you had and dealing with fears you didn't know existed. Linda Wooten. Being a mother, caring for a child, requires the use of instincts, intuition, patience, and physical and mental stamina that appear to be superhuman. The flower dedication this morning from Marita Carnegie is so on point, I'm going to include it in the sermon. She wrote, this is a dedication for these flowers on the altar. She wrote, on this sacred Mother's Day, I offer these flowers to the divine feminine in all of us, the quiet, eternal presence of love, tenderness, and creation. May her gentle grace awaken in every heart, softly guiding us back to unity, stillness, and the truth of who we are. Thank you for that dedication. Every human has both feminine and masculine aspects of their being. The archetypal energy of the divine feminine is seen as loving, teaching, nurturing, and creating. Mother's Day is traditionally a day when children thank and acknowledge their mothers for all of the muddy jeans they washed in the middle of the night, all the noses they wiped, and all the skinned knees made better with their kisses. Mothers use all their faculties to stay positive, alert, brave, and creative. By necessity, their role calls for being calm in the middle of the storm. The ability to be calm when the storm is part instinctive, part learned, but mostly trial and error. No one can predict the next situation that will require an immediate response from a mother. I like this definition of a sweater. A garment worn by a child when its mother is feeling chilly. That's Ambrose Bierce. Mothers develop the ability to know what is going on with their children without asking. A mother knows when to stop and pay attention to a child, watching their faces, hearing their voice, recognizing a change in behavior. In the Science of Mind magazine, Susan Stifelman, the author of Parenting with Presence, practices for raising conscious, confident, caring kids. The author is described as a faithful meditator and spiritual seeker from her late teens into her mid-30s. When she became a parent, those daily meditations started to slip away. Things got more hectic, chaotic, and harder to balance. But what she learned and who she became set her on an expanded spiritual path to helping other parents work at this most important job. It takes courage to be a parent, she writes. And there's no elixir or magic pill that makes us brave enough. We simply have to put one foot in front of the other and do our best. Raising a child turned out to be the greatest transformational experience of my life. She talked about the sometimes difficult task of staying in the present moment while being a parent. Parents need to set limits and boundaries that they think are best for their children. They have to be willing not to win the popularity contest with their children. Looking back, each of us can reflect with more perspective on our own mothers. And those of you who are mothers can reflect back on your children. Just as each mother and child are unique, each family is unique. The relationship between a mother and child stays with them for life. Honoring the mother-child relationship, each of us can use the principles of our faith to address issues that may hinder that sacred relationship between a mother and child. There are things that mother, child, or both may wish were done differently. We know that any kind of strain on a relationship can be healed. A person who feels hurt, sad, or any kind of emotional stress will create a way to emotionally deal with that situation. Children have very little life experience to draw from. A child forms coping mechanisms very early in life to deal with their perceived situation. As adults, we can reflect on behavior patterns that we developed as children and decide if they still serve us as adults. Here are 5 possible reactions from a child to a stressful situation. 1, the child could dislike or distrust the people involved. 2, the child could blame himself because the adults or the other children involved must know what they're doing. 3, the child could assume this is normal treatment of people and continue the behavior in their own relationships. 4, the child could use denial and repress the events throughout his or her life, but unconsciously repeat the same behavior in their relationships. And number 5, the most important, the child, when old enough, can seek to understand their experiences, put them in perspective, and learn to lead a happy, healthy life. The coping mechanisms we form as children will become our behavior patterns for life unless we actively change behavior and thought patterns that are not serving us. All of us want to be content and have peace of mind. If there are things you wish were different in a mother-child relationship and those issues still affect your current peace of mind, you can at any age find closure and happiness on both sides, mother and child. Our 4th principle of the United Metaphysical Churches states, we believe in personal responsibility and that we can create our own happiness or unhappiness as we live in harmony or discord with natural, physical, and spiritual laws. We create our own happiness or unhappiness. Painful situations happen, and grief is something everyone encounters in life. We can grieve in a painful situation, observe it, and then redirect our attention to whatever matter we choose. When we hold on to hurtful incidents in our lives, we create suffering. Grief is mandatory. Suffering is optional. Practice directing your attention to positive memories and positive future outcomes. When you find yourself in a funk, thinking unproductive thoughts, consciously observe it and change your thought. Redirect your attention. We can assume that most people, mothers and children, have something in their history that negatively affects their current experience of life. Many have coping behaviors that were formed at a young age that are not effective. These coping behaviors that no longer serve us reveal themselves in our own ability to trust, to live with joy, to love others, to be in a strong relationship, and most importantly, our ability to love ourselves. Being present in the moment and aware of your thoughts allows you to take notice when you are thinking thoughts that are not productive. At that moment, you can choose what you want to think. You can learn to change your thoughts. You can learn to replace those thoughts with positive thoughts. As you learn to keep your thoughts positive, you will find the ability to forgive increases. As you feel better about yourself, you begin to feel better about others, and you can forgive others from your heart. This is healing. Learning to forgive is the key to moving forward in our lives. We learn from life that when we concentrate on positive, rewarding experiences, we feel better and are more productive in all aspects of our lives. The greatest joy in any mother's heart is to see her children happy and at peace. Living your life to the fullest is the greatest gift that you can give your mother. Today we honor our mothers by remembering their love and their own unique way of showing it. We honor them by concentrating on the wonderful things they did for us and working to accept the past. Continuing the tradition started by Anna Jarvis in 1908, we have carnations for each person in the narthex today. We have red and white carnations. The white carnations are for those of you whose mothers are in spirit. The red are for those whose mothers are with us. The carnations are in the narthex. If you would like, please take one when leaving the chapel today. I'll close with a quote from Pearl S. Buck. Some mothers are kissing mothers, and some mothers are scolding mothers, but it is loving just the same. And most mothers kiss and scold together. Blessings. It's time for the meditation portion of our service. If you'd get comfortable, set aside your hymnals and bulletins. Just sit up straight, let your shoulders and jaw relax, and gently close your eyes. If you would take a slow, deep breath in, and when you're ready, gently exhale. Another slow, deep breath in, and gently exhale. Visualize breathing all the oxygen into your head. Breathe all the oxygen into your head. And when you gently exhale, feel your scalp relaxing, your forehead, your cheeks, your jaw. And again, breathe all the oxygen into your head. And as you gently exhale, feel all those muscles relaxing. And now visualize all the oxygen going into your arms and your hands. Take that nice deep breath, and all the oxygen is energizing your arms and your hands. And when you exhale, feel your arms relaxing, your hands relaxing. And again, breathing into your arms and your hands. And every muscle relaxing. Now visualize your torso. All the oxygen goes into your torso. And as you exhale, your chest relax, your abdomen, your back. Again, breathing into your torso and every muscle relaxing. Now breathe into your legs and feet. Breathe all the oxygen into your legs and feet. And as you exhale, feel your hips relax, your thighs, your calves, your feet. And again, breathing into your legs and feet, and feel those muscles relaxing. And now breathe into your whole body. Feel oxygen going to every cell in your body. And as you exhale, just feel your body relaxing into the pew. Let the gentle pull of gravity just hold you in the pew. And again, breathing into your whole body and relaxing into the pew. And now, as we take a nice, slow breath in, gently count to 5, breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And whenever you're ready to exhale, just think to yourself, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just breathe this way a few times on your own. At whatever pace feels comfortable. Breathing in, counting to 5, and breathing out, counting to 5. And gently releasing this breathing exercise. With your eyes remaining closed, just take a few normal breaths with no cares or concerns. I will lead us on a guided meditation. And if your mind starts to wander during the meditation, just do a few breath countings, counting 1 to 5, until you're ready and centered again and ready to come back and bring all your attention to the meditation. Visualize it's a beautiful spring day. A nice breeze, a nice sun. And you're going to the park. It's a large park. And when you get there, there's not a lot of people. Over in one corner of the park, there's kids on playground equipment with their mothers. Over in another corner, there's a baseball game going on. And there's just other people strolling around, and you find a really kind of an isolated spot, beautiful green, fresh grass, and you have a blanket. You lay down the blanket and get on it, and you're very comfortable. You look up and you can see the beautiful sky, beautiful blue sky. And there's clouds floating across. And you can hear, in the distance, you can hear the kids playing, running around the playground equipment. Now and then you can hear a mother kind of getting some kid under control. But it's all very nice. It's like music to your ears, hearing the kids and the mothers playing. And now and then you can hear the sound of a bat hitting a ball. You can hear the noise from the baseball game. They're all very comforting. And as you're laying here, you're feeling how comfortable your body is. You're very relaxed. You can feel the sun on your face and your arms. You can feel a gentle breeze. You almost feel like you could go to sleep, you're so relaxed. But your mind's alert. Your mind's alert and aware. You're aware of what's around you. And as you lay here, you can just visualize yourself laying on the blanket, laying on the park. And you can see yourself. It's as if your consciousness rises a bit above your body. And you can see yourself comfortably lying there. You can see the children on the playground equipment. You can see everyone playing baseball. And your consciousness rises a little higher. You can look down and see the whole park. as your consciousness rises higher, you feel a slight separation. You feel you're just mind, you're just consciousness. You can see your body lying on the blanket, but your consciousness is free. You look up and you can see the beautiful blue sky and the clouds. You can see the city. We'll just go into the silence a bit as you just allow yourself to go wherever your consciousness takes you. You can listen to what's happening in the park. You can look at the city. Or you could just breath count, breathing in and out, 1 to 5. We'll just go into silence. With your eyes remaining closed, gently feel yourself concentrating on yourself laying on the blanket. You can see yourself laying there. What would you like to tell yourself? You could tell yourself as a little child, you could tell yourself as an adult, as a mother. Let your higher self speak to you. Now gently feel yourself gently going back into your body. Feel your consciousness going down and down and feel yourself going back into your body. Be aware of your legs on the pew and your back on the pew. And gently move your fingers and toes. You're very comfortable. The sun's warm. The breeze is very comfortable. As you feel it's time to get up and go, so you gently stand up and fold your blanket. You begin walking back home. And as you do, you can see the people playing baseball. You can see the kids. You can see other people in the park. You just feel a feeling of being joyful, of being happy, just present, relaxed but alert, and just observing, knowing you're exactly where you're supposed to be. When you're ready, if you gently release this meditation, and just spend a few moments alone with no cares or concerns, just breathing in normally.